Welcome to Ask Lynn, everyone. This afternoon, and Karen is actually in my future, so if you hear a strange accent, I shouldn't call it strange, a lovely Australian accent. Yeah, that's a little better out of a journalist now, instead of a strange accent. If you hear a lovely Australian accent, that's because Karen is in my future, and she's doing this interview at 7:25 in the morning on a Thursday morning in Australia. So, and the reason why she's doing this, actually, I don't know the reason why she said yes to little old me. Maybe she got inspired by me. I don't know. But enough with my rambling. I'm going to let Miss Karen take it away and explain more of what she does. So, Karen, please explain more of what you do. I had Karen. I don't know what happened, you guys. Maybe she got lost in cyber. Hi.
Hello, I'm talking. Can you hear me?
We can
Hello?
hear you. Now we can.
Oh, okay, cool. No, well, that's good. So I actually help people to embrace all areas of their life so that they're actually in harmony, so that they're living in peace, so that they're not working too much or they're not exercising too much. They've got everything in balance and in harmony.
So, okay, you are a harmony balancing life coach.
Yeah, I would call myself more of a life mentor, but I'm really, my major, life mentor. My major clients are corporate women who I help for them to achieve everything they want, but not at the cost of their health, not at the cost of their relationships, not at the cost of their family life.
Okay, well, good, because when I was back in it's 2018 now, back in 2016, I left my preschool teaching job because it was costing my health. And
Yes.
I swear to you guys that teaching preschool does not mix well with CP, which is cerebral palsy, and I decided I'm done. I'm done teaching preschool. I will go work with the older kids. Now I am at the point where I could walk away from my day job, and I have a huge announcement in October that you guys will be looking forward to hearing. But I think Karen's job is the hardest job on the planet because probably some of these culprit women are coming to Karen saying, I don't know what to do. I want to climb the culprit ladder, but at the same time, I'm help.
Exactly. And I used to be one of those corporate women. And I was working too much. I was eating too much. I was drinking too much. And I certainly was not living the way that I live now. I didn't embrace my health. I actually was wasting my health to get my wealth. And that's why after a couple of tragic events, I started to look at my life and I started to go into what I call life's university, and I learnt all of these skills because when I was in that chief financial role, I knew deep inside that there must be an easier way to survive at this level. There must be an easier way to thrive at this level. And that's what I've found the answers to. And that's why I do what I do, because I believe that women should stay in those roles. So many women are leaving because they just can't get ahead. They just can't they're losing their relationships or they're losing their health. And that's why I do what I do.
No, I made the decision, not necessarily financially either. I made the decision to either it was me or the kids. It was me or my preschool kids. And I thought,
good on you.
I said, when my colleague, now my ex-colleague, announced that she was leaving in January, she was moving back with family, I said, I'm moving to a different part of the school. And do you know, when I did that, my health improved 10 times over.
Excellent. And good on you for taking you and putting you first, because so many of us don't. We put ourselves last, and we wonder why we end up in resentment, and we wonder why we end up angry all the time.
And so that is my next question. For those who are listening to this in the cubicle, and for those who are listening to this going back to school, going back to their teaching job, and for those listening to this on the weekend, dreading Monday mornings, let's face it, you all dread Monday mornings because that means going back to work. What would you suggest, Karen, that they do while in the cubicle? Because we're not condoning, if you can't quit your day job, you can't quit your day job. But at least you can get something in the day job or something back to your life.
Yes. Well, the first thing that I would suggest they do is that they start to look after themselves first. And it's really easy to do. Learn how to breathe properly. Breathe deep into your belly. Start using your body to release some of the stress that you're building up. There's so many ways that you can look after yourself that don't cost any money. Go out and start walking in nature. Start appreciating where you live. Start appreciating and having gratitude for everything that you have. There's some really simple tips that you can start to bring in to your life. And of course, they can always go to my website and they can download my book in a PDF form for free at livelovebydesign.com. That's got 72 different exercises in there on how you can start to live and love your life. It's up to you to design your live, love way of life. And that's what that helps you do.
It's up to you guys to design your life here, because I was gifted a $2,000 e-bike by my dad, and of course I got rid of my bike. And so before I got on this call, my bike just arrived. So what did I do? I took a 5-minute bike ride, and I feel so good. Maybe because it's a new bike, but I took a 5-minute bike ride. It wasn't that long, and fact, we're still working on a bike. So if you guys hear strange noise in the background, that's it. But it wasn't that long of a bike ride, but man, do I feel good.
Because it revitalized you. Excuse me. And it actually puts you into your parasympathetic nervous system. So you started getting all of those delicious hormones floating around your body, and you would have been breathing, and as opposed to sitting around stressed, worried, getting something done. You could have chose to do another task, another work task for that 5 minutes. But you honored your self-win, and I really have to congratulate yourself on that, because you would have brought so much more to this call by actually doing that. I walked for half an hour with my dog before I got onto this call, because I wanted to be in the right space. I wanted to feel right. I wanted to honor you by showing up to this call.
Yes. And I wanted to do the same thing. And I'm glad I've been waiting for this e-bike all day. But before I got on this call, I thought, okay, I'm going to get on this e-bike without the e-bike functionality and see how I do. And I feel so good right now because I am able to pedal a bike without the e-bike powers. And so taking 5 minutes, you guys, outside the cubicle, walking outside and going to get lunch or walking down a trail or just doing something while you're at a work day, just do something to restore your health.
Yes, exactly. And your health is, let's face it, we only have one body to get us all the way to the end of our life before we move on to our next adventure. And it's time to start honoring it. I totally ignored my body for like over 50 years, more or less. And, you know, now it's about restoring it, getting it back. But I wish I had the gems and the wisdom that I share in all my programs and my books and everything when I was a lot younger. Life would have been so much easier. Coping with a full-time, very high-pressured job would have been so much easier. And I would have been more productive. I would have been a better employee. I would have been a better colleague. I would have been a better manager if I understood what I understand now. And that's why I'm so passionate about getting it back into the corporate space.
Yeah, no, because these bosses, they want you to climb the corporate ladder and that's it. They want mom to climb the corporate ladder, but mom needs to feel good. Mom needs, especially after maternity leave, mom needs to feel like herself again. And so your job is mightily important, Karen. And so how could people get in contact with you if they are listening to this secretly in a cubicle with their headphones in and they have made this big
they can either
decision.
Go
ahead.
Did I interrupt you? Okay.
No.
They can email me at Karen, Karen, at Karen Chaston, CHASTON.com.au. They can go to my website, which is livelovebydesign.com. They can reach out to me through there. They can download the book for free. And they can start to look at the many Live Love gems that are in that book. I believe, even though I wrote it earlier this year, I believe it is my life's work in there. I've been building up to be able to create the Live Love by Design brand because that's what life is about. Don't you want to live and love each and every day? Don't you want to love who you are? Don't you want to love your life?
Yes.
More importantly, don't you want to create your dreams faster? Well, that's what this book will do for you because it'll bring you back to you, the authentic you. Hello?
Yeah. Yes? No. Okay. So, what you were saying was people must live their lives to understand their own bodies.
To understand, sorry, what did you say? To understand?
Their own bodies.
Yes, but not only their own bodies, their own feelings, their own, what comes up for them, their own mentality, their whole spirituality. Once you understand who you are on those levels, so physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, that's when you can start to truly live and love your life. That's when your relationships will improve. That is when you'll understand the environment. You'll understand other people emotionally. And that's when you can really start to make a difference in every area of your life, whether you're in your professional space, whether you're in your personal space, or whether you're just alone with yourself. That's what the beauty is. And through all of that, you'll then understand how to create your wealth so that you can become financially free, so you can then give back to the world. And that's what I feel we're all here to do, is to know and love who we are so that we can make a difference in the world.
So, okay. Now, here comes the tricky question, Karen. For you, if money were no issue, what would you do?
I'd be doing exactly what I'm doing now. I just love what I'm doing. I love my life. I love assisting people to actually come to these really simple gems, these really simple things you can introduce to your life that just make your life so much easier.
So you want to help people. Well, I know you're international, so I want to tell people that with the power of technology, you can also work with Karen. And so what's the baseline?
All my programs are online as well.
Yeah. What's the baseline coaching package for those who are stuck in the cubicle?
Well, they can buy my online 7-week program for $1,000, so it's very cheap, and the content in there will change their life. Included in that $1,000 is they will have a session with me a couple of times where we will really go in and we will really design their life, and it'll be like an hour and a half each session. So that's 3 hours of us totally focused on them designing their life. Not just overall. We go into all areas of their life. It's just an amazing way. So we do that at the beginning of these 7 weeks, and we also do it at the end, because what they want at the end will be completely different to what they want at the beginning because of their awareness shift.
Yeah. Well, what was your hardest awareness shift when you were back in corporate land?
The fact that I put myself last. The fact that I could have very easily looked after me. And in looking after me, I would have been, as I said, a better employee, a better manager, a better colleague. And I would have actually been more productive. I would have worked less hours, but I would have been more productive.
Well, you guys, I have a announcement, not the one I'm going to make in October. The announcement that I have, now that Karen just said that, is that I am, believe it or not, taking Mondays and Fridays off from recording the podcast, because since I got this new bike, and since I need to go ride a bike to make myself healthier, I want to still provide the content and what you want from me, but because Karen is saying let's focus on us first, I need to focus on me. I mean, I can't be working as hard as I am. I am 30 years old, 31 years old with a full-time condition of ataxia spastic cerebral palsy. So I am a full-time patient of CP. So I've told my assistants that I'm off on Mondays and Fridays, and I am only doing podcasts in the afternoons, just on Fridays. If anyone needs me, I'll be available Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then I will do my recording schedule that way, because I need me to be healthy and strong. I can't be coughing into a mic. I can't be doing what I was doing, running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to work and trying to do all this. I need to respect me. So that's my small of the big announcement. So that leads up to the big announcement. Now, I leave you with that. But because Karen is a life mentor, thank you. And because Karen is a life mentor, and because we're talking about health, and because we're talking about doing our own stuff, I thought, as I was on my e-bike, I thought, why not make the announcement with Karen? Because this is the perfect time to make the announcement. Not because I want to take away from you guys and just go e-biking, but I need to focus on me. I need to focus on me, and I need to just,
Good on you, Wynn. And you'll notice you'll be actually so much more, and you'll be so much more honoring your listeners by actually taking time to look after yourself. You'll be surprised on how much more energy you'll have, how much more you'll be there. You'll probably still do as many recordings, but you'll just do them over a shorter period of time because you'll be so much more energized. And good on you for honoring you. Good on you for honoring you. That is a perfect example for all of your listeners, because the more we honor ourselves, the more we learn how to say no to things that are not working for us, the more that we can create our live, love way of life.
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. And that's what I've decided to do, and that's what I've told my assistant, and you guys have to now listen to podcasts Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but because my recording days are cut back, it's my show, and I get to do whatever the heck I want.
Exactly. And thank you so much for chatting with me today.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate you coming on, and I'm so happy that we had this conversation. And where can people find you, and where can people get a hold of you if, as I said, if they're stuck in the cubicle and they said, enough is enough?
Yes, exactly. So, as I said, they can go straight to my website, livelovebydesign.com, and they can reach out to me there, or they can download the book, they can start reading it, and they can reach out to me. I'm more than happy to assist them in any way. We have all sorts of different ways that we can work together.
And before I let you go to do your incredible work and live your life you design, do you have any questions for me?
Yes. My main question is, if you said you were 31, how different do you feel your life would have been if you had decided to take time off for you to ride your bike, to actually embrace life? If you had decided 10 years ago, what difference do you feel that would have made to your life?
If I had decided 10 years ago to decide to live life to the fullest, I would have been more prepared to do, I'm not kidding when I say this, I would have been more prepared to do the Coulter Ironman. I wasn't prepared enough to do the Kona Ironman. I mean, I was training like a mad woman, and if I made the decision 10 years ago to live my life the way I wanted to on my own terms, thank you very much, I would have been more prepared to do the Kona Ironman. That's just the facts. That's just the facts. And even though I trained like a mad woman, my teammate was cross country. The reason why I mention this is because the Kona Ironman on Kalu, Hawaii was videotaped on NBC, and they showed it to the rest of the country yesterday. And my dad said, I have this on DVR, the 2017 Ironman. Do you want to watch it? And I said, of course I do, because it brings back memories. But if I decided 10 years ago to live my life on my own terms, I would have been prepared to do the Kona Ironman with a teammate who didn't give herself enough credit for looking. When we look back on it, she didn't give herself enough credit. Still to this day, she's not giving herself enough credit. And I would have been more prepared to do the Kona Ironman in a better mental state than I actually was.
Yes, I totally understand that. And that's why it's about people. There's a great saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is now. So now truly is the time for people to actually look at what they could have done and start to do it, to start to design the life that they want to live, and then taking the action steps to make it happen. So yeah. I'm so glad that
you guys,
thank you for announcing the fact that you're going to take more time for yourself while we're chatting. I really do appreciate that, Wynn.
Well, you're welcome. I think it would shock my listeners, but they knew that I was getting this e-bike, and so now that I have a bike again, I really, really want to enjoy it. I really want to use it. And so my podcast recording is going to suffer a little bit, but be great in the long run because I'll have more energy to do what I'm meant to do. Journalism is my calling, but at the same time, I'm a full-time patient of CP. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So I have to move my body in the way it can. I have to respect when CP goes, we're ready to go. I have to respect that. When CP goes, slow down, I have to respect that. So now in my 30s, I am respecting my body and listening to my body.
Yes, which is very...
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's very cool. It's very cool. And I hope you guys enjoyed another fabulous episode with Ken. And as I said, if you're out on a bike and listening to this, which I hope you are, or in the gym listening to this, you should see Ken's information in the show notes and contact if you're stuck in that cubicle, because we all need to live life by the fullest. And I appreciate Ken coming on and sharing his story. And as you guys understand, the e-bike and CP in my life come first. So this is how we're going to do it. And this is how we're going to roll. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another podcast. But starting in September, this is how we're going to roll with the e-bikes and with my work schedule and my school schedule, so I can get out there and enjoy the fresh air as long as I can. And then we'll see how it goes. But as far as I know, that's the best schedule tactic I can come up with. So thanks you guys. Bye.
Bye. Hello? Hello?